I hate reading. In fact, I would rather get run over by a car than read a book. There's a car coming. No, Christian, watch out. Christian, no. It's gonna get you. No. So anyways, yeah, I don't like reading. Little fun fact about myself. I've never read a single book in my life, and there are two big reasons why I hate reading. One is just because it's boring. It's legitimately just sitting there looking at paper. It's so boring. The second reason is also I'm a very slow reader. I don't know if that was as funny as I thought it would be. But today we're gonna fix that. The mission for today is to solve those two things. I'm gonna learn how to read quicker and how to enjoy a book. But Christian, how are you gonna do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. The way I'm gonna do that bit's stupid. No, I'm getting rid of that. That's stupid. The way I'm gonna do that is just by reading books and applying different strategies to each book. The hope is that by the end, I enjoy reading enough to continue to read further. I've decided I'll read 3 books. Book 1 is just the control. I'm just gonna read how I normally would to see where I'm at. Or book 2, I'm gonna analyze what went wrong with the first book, ask my reader friends for their advice, come up with a list of strategies that will help me read better. For book 3, I'm gonna take to the internet to see what helps the majority of the world read better and apply those to me. And now you may be wondering, what were those blurred out books that I just showed you? So right now I'm going to pick up the 3 books for the video. I chose these books based off of a lot of research, a lot of thinking, a lot of mulling over what I would actually do. Books that, they would challenge me, but they wouldn't be too hard. Books that, I would seem to enjoy. And The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I know what you're thinking. No, this isn't Shakespeare. No, this isn't fine literature. But these are good enough. And also, they're the only books I could get for free. These books should only take me like 3 to 4 hours to read. They're not hard books. They're like middle school level. And the thing is, I'm not reading these alone because that'd be very boring and stupid and I would hate that. I'm reading this with 2 other friends that are better than me at reading so that I have a bar that I need to measure up to. So I essentially started my own book club, which, it's kind of fun. The 2 people that I've asked to come on this journey with me are avid readers. They are people that have read their whole lives and still read to this day. Are you guys excited for book club?
Sure.
Book club?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get better at reading. Tiana loves reading. Marcus is Asian. So you both read decently much. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this first recording. We can do whatever we want now.
What I'm having them do is read the books alongside me. Then we're gonna get on a call, figure out how long it took us to read each book. Then we're gonna take a quiz on the book to see how well we comprehended it. Now all I'd love to do was read book 1. Shouldn't be that hard. And so my schedule for the next couple days goes as follows. I would wake up, grab the book, and then read. And then I would wake up, grab the book, and then read some more. And then I would wake up, grab the book, and read some more. And I did that until I've finished the first book. Overall, I would say book is pretty good. I'll give it a thumbs up out of 10. So overall, my initial thoughts were I didn't enjoy reading. I enjoyed the story, didn't enjoy reading. So now that me, Marcus, and Tiana have all finished the first book, we're going to get on a call to take a quiz on the book to see how much we actually comprehended and how much we remembered. So the way we're testing how good we are is by taking the Summer I Turned Pretty Quizlet quiz. Hey, editing Christian here. So I didn't realize how boring just answering questions was. So I'm just gonna cut around the questions to some that were funny, and you'll get to hear how many we actually got right later. Who's Belly's best friend? Okay, we all know that one.
Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name?
No, come on.
No, can I just throw guesses out there? I don't remember.
Sure?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Name. Tyler. Taylor. Tyler or Taylor.
There you go.
Yeah.
What boy is Belly? Always we all fucking know this one.
Mr. Fisher. Mr. Fisher.
So in terms of the quiz, I did the worst. Now, I didn't do as bad as I thought I would. I thought I would get like half the questions wrong. I got a good chunk of them right. If you want to see the numbers, Here they are. I haven't looked at them yet. Also, it took Tiana 2 hours to read the book. It took Marcus 3 hours to read the book, and it took me 6 hours. In the time it took me to read the book, I could have just listened to the audiobook. I didn't read any faster than it. So I have a couple theories on why I read the way I did and why I was so slow at reading and why I just didn't enjoy it. The first thing was I read it all in my bed laying down, which I've been told isn't the best way to read. The second thing is I had a stopwatch on my phone so I could track how long I've read, and I think having my phone there led me susceptible to doom scrolling on it. And I think at this point you might be asking, oh, well, Christian, why don't you I fucking hate this voice. Well, Christian, why don't you just read the audiobook? I mean, come on. The reason is I want to get better at learning on my own, but just the natural way to read. Also, I think we've determined I'm just reading how the audiobook would. The next thing I'm going to do is come up with a couple things that I could do differently while reading book 2 so that I can either comprehend it better, enjoy it more, or more importantly, read it quicker. And I have a couple ideas. Also, I'm sorry about my hair. I've been avoiding getting a haircut for like 2 weeks. So after reading the first book, I've come up with 5 things I feel like I could do differently so that reading the second book is a lot better. The first thing I'm going to try to do differently is to read in different places, because I've been told that laying down on my bed isn't the best way to read. The second thing is snacks, eating while I read. You know how like people eat when they watch movies? The third thing was actually suggested to me by someone who reads out loud. They told me that reading out loud could help me understand the book better. The fourth thing is my phone. It is a distraction and I need to throw it away. The fifth and final thing I'm going to try to do differently is taking notes after I read, in the hopes that note taking is enjoyable and it also helps me remember what I read. Also, the second book is a bit smaller than the first book, so I'm hoping that combined with these 5 things actually help me read a lot better. So now the only thing I have left to do is read the second book. Shouldn't be that hard. When starting book 2, I tried to implement the 5 strategies wherever I could. When it came to reading in different places, I did feel like it helped me read quicker, but it did get awkward because I live with other people. When I tried eating at the same time, I hated it. It was slower, it made it harder to focus, and I just didn't enjoy it. When I read out loud, it was...
My father rarely came...
a challenge. When I threw away my phone, I found it so much easier to focus without any of the distraction. When it came to note-taking, I felt like it wasn't really helping, but it was a lot of fun. And after all that reading... Hello! I finished the third book, my hair is too long, life is great. Okay, book 2? We'll give it like a 6.83 out of 10. Didn't really enjoy the book, but that's not my fault. I think that's just the book's worse. As per usual, me and the other 2 are going to get on a call to quiz each other about the books.
Hi, Editing Christian here. I realized I never explained what we're doing. So instead of answering questions online, we're each asking each other 3 questions to see if we remember anything. You're going to see the funniest question because answering questions is very boring.
Okay, we're gonna start off. How long did it take you guys to read the book?
Marcus, go first.
Marcus, go first.
Why do I have to go first?
Okay, Tiana, go first.
I don't know. Do you want me to go first?
No, I
okay,
want
an
Christian to go
hour and
first.
58 minutes.
Fuck you. I'm 221. 2 hours, 21 minutes.
5 hours and 40 minutes. What's wrong with you two? Okay. How does Belly get Conrad to agree to take her to prom?
Was it another?
I know the answer.
Oh, yeah, I'd hope so. You made a question. I'd hope so.
So, I did better this time. And you know what? I'm proud of myself. When it came to the quiz, I didn't do as bad as I thought I would. That's important. I think I'm learning to be able to comprehend the books better. I could tell you so much more about the second book than I could the first one. And I don't think that that's because I just read it. And the same goes for how long it took me to read it. I saved a whole 30 minutes when I was reading. Yes, part of this is because the book is shorter, but I do think that the strategies I imposed did help me read. Marcus and Tiana are also just freaks that can read the book in 2 hours, but I do think I'm on the right track on how I can read better. But I need outside sources that aren't just me. For book 3, I'm gonna do some surface level research so I can see what works for other people, see what can apply to me, and see if that helps me read book 3 better. And in my research, I found something that I was expecting, but I was really hoping wasn't the case. And that is that reading is subjective. And what I mean by subjective is that everyone reads in their own way. There are no one or two right ways to read. But even with that, I found things that the majority of people agree upon. I'm going to be using those things to make a strategy for book 3. The first thing I did was take a reading speed test. Depending on the test, I can get anywhere from 147 to 177 words per minute, which is decently below average. The average person my age reads between 200 to 300 words per minute. So at best, I'm 30 words below average. But I do think my strategies are going to work this time. I have once again found 5 strategies that I can implement into book 3. Strategy number 1 is something that I already started doing, reading in different places. It works for me, it works for other people, it makes sense to keep it. The second thing, which seems so obvious, is read faster. I do this thing called sub-vocalization. What that means is I essentially read as if I'm speaking, and that leads to very slow reading. So this strategy is more like speed reading than anything else. The third thing is something I was surprised to find out, and that is that a lot of people use their finger to guide their eyes when they read. That way they don't lose track of where they are and have to do the whole thing of like rereading the entire paragraph. But I don't know, even though a lot of people swear by it, I'm still a little skeptical. The fourth strategy is setting a schedule, which I'm surprised I didn't come up with earlier. I am a person that works best with a schedule. I schedule nearly everything. And the schedule I came up with is that every day I'm going to be reading 10 chapters. Doesn't matter how long it takes me, 10 chapters, minimum. The fifth strategy is a goal/reward system. One is my favorite food, fries. I am going to be rewarding myself with this absolutely delectable plate of fries from a local restaurant. The second reward is a haircut. I haven't had a haircut in months. I am in desperate need. The third book is also the longest out of all 3 books, so if I read this faster, that means I'm doing something right. So now all I have to do is read book 3. Shouldn't be that hard. I finished the third book, and honestly, it went pretty well. I enjoyed the book more, I felt like I was reading it faster, and I stuck to the schedule of reading 10 chapters every day. Finished it in about 5 days. There's about 50 chapters. I would say that book 3 strategies are so much better than book 2's. And now that I finished book 3, I'm gonna go do 2 things. 1, I can go get some food. 2, I can go get a haircut. Oh, it's cold. This is also my hair now. Very happy I got a haircut. Book 3. What would I rate it? I liked it. I'd give it like maybe like a 7, 8 out of 10. And that's the weird thing. I enjoyed reading this book. This was my favorite out of the 3. And I actually ended up reading it a lot faster than I did the other ones. You know, as per usual, we did the call. You know what? If either of you guys can correctly guess how long it took me to read, I'll give you $20.
I'm gonna go like 525.
525. Do I hear 524?
I'm saying 553.
553. Both of you are wrong. I read the book in 4 hours and 46 minutes.
I read it in 2 hours. The first digit in the minutes is a 1. 2 hours, 10 and 6 minutes. 2 hours 16.
It's a very prolonged way of saying how long it took you to read.
It's 2 hours 16.
Marcus, I beat you by 3 minutes.
Fuck
Are you
hours.
serious?
I dislike you
That
as
is
a person.
so funny.
I dislike you as a person.
Okay, question time.
Okay. This one's pretty easy. What memory did Belly say that she thought was associated with Jeremiah, but actually it happened with Conrad?
You're asking hard fucking questions.
No,
Hold up. Give me 2 seconds.
I don't even remember the name of the girl, if you want to be honest.
Give me 2
But the place
seconds.
is brought up like 10 times.
Yeah, I
2
know.
seconds. Give me
Oh,
2
fuck you. No,
seconds.
not Christian cheating.
Hey, that's cheating.
This is how we all did on this quiz. The reason why I feel like we all did worse was because Tiana came up with the hardest possible questions known to man. Setting a schedule really worked out. I think that was the thing that changed everything. Reading in different places did help me. I think it was just my room that it isn't great for reading. Guiding my eyes, no, that was terrible. I was right, did not work out for me. If it helps you, you're weird. And I mean the reward system. You see how it's looking. Here's the thing about this video. I came in wanting to learn how to read better. What that meant was reading faster and enjoying a book. And I 100% got better at that. Even if I never read at the level of Marcus and Tiana, that doesn't take away from the fact that I improved. And the lesson I learned was something that was said to me when I was first recording this video. If you're someone who wants to learn how to read in any way, shape, or form, this is the message that I want you to listen to. I'll tell you over here. I've come to the conclusion that I've been reading wrong. When recording this video, I was really hoping to make a breakthrough and figure out the reason why I'm not reading well. Sure, I've come up with a lot of strategies and I've gotten better at reading, but like I said before, reading is subjective. During the last book club meeting, Marcus said something that I think turned this video on its head.
You just gotta try a bunch of things. You don't know what you don't like for food until you try it. You just gotta read. Just buy books and read.
I hate you and you're dumb. The reason I made this video was to get better at reading, but it was also that I didn't believe that you could just read to get better at reading. There had to be something I'm doing wrong. And yes, there were some things that I could improve upon, but at the end of the day, reading is a skill and that requires practice. For as anticlimactic as that is, after every book I read, my time got better, but I wasn't enjoying it like I really tried to. And that was just because I wasn't reading the right books. What Marcus and Tiana do is just look at the shows and movies that they like and pick based off of that. But is that the right way? And I encourage you to do your own research and try your own things and read 1,000 books before you find the right one. Now I hope that you enjoyed this video. Smash that like button.
This the new wave, turn it up. I'm in the backseat chilling with your girl. What's up? She wanna talk all day.